And welcome back to Let's Play Persona 3. Last time we finished up our delightful summer vacation, and now it'll be back to business as usual for a couple days. We're about to enter a paradigm shift for Persona 3, where the amount of activities we're going to have available to us for a while will, shall we say, diminish a little bit. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Now that we're back, we can just pursue our normal activities, which in this case is going to Paulownia Mall. We of course want to turn in Elizabeth's side quest, and then since it is Thursday, Mutatsu will be available to hang out with us. We're going to be doing a lot of nighttime social events going forward. Oh, is there something I can assist you with? Because we have we're due to cap Charm very soon. We've already capped out Courage, and Academics does not take too much more extra effort to max out for us, and we'll have it capped just about in time for when we do need to have it capped, and that is a long way off, so don't expect too many Academics boosts going forward. Now we can turn in Elizabeth's Ocean-themed request and get her rewards here. Remember, you can only get this quest completed while you're in Yakushima, and we never go back there, so if you didn't grab those items, well, then you just have a permanently incompletable quest in your quest log. This is also a unique quest to reload, so not something you have to worry about in FES or Portable, funnily enough. Oh, I see you're carrying something related to the ocean. May I have one? You know what? You seem like someone who would enjoy a good crab, Elizabeth. Ooh, is this tiny creature a crab? How adorable. Snip, click, their movements are so unique. I must give it a truly magnificent name. You may rest assured I will nurture it with great care. Thank you. Because of your stories and your lovely souvenirs, I was able to experience the ocean myself. Please take this as your reward. I knew she'd like the crab. Anyways, we get some amethyst for our efforts. Not that that matters too much at this particular moment. Obviously, we have unlocked the antique store, but it isn't going to be until we collect a few more items from Tartarus that we're really going to be able to make substantial use of it. You also probably noticed that I've been walking by B-Blue V a lot and haven't really been doing anything with it, neither Portable or reload. That's because there's not really too much useful you can do with it in those versions of the game, but we'll check it out in due time when I can be bothered to remember. I went into this recording not thinking about it, so we're just going to get straight into the Mutatsu social link. Or, you know what, no, I just realized I actually skipped out an opportunity to hang out with him, so we're not getting a rank up with Mutatsu at this particular moment in time. Not a big deal, not a big deal. Your head's actually a mop, huh? Just soaks up everything, I tell ya. I thought he was making a reference to my hair. Well, he may very well be. It's not a big deal that we didn't get a Mutatsu rank up tonight, though. We have so many opportunities in the future to get that. It is just not anything to worry about at all.
It is morning. I request that you wake up. You have successfully awakened. Mission complete.
Hi, yes, what the... my alarm clock.
It has not triggered yet. 5 minutes early is on time. That is the phrase posted on the wall, so I woke you 5 minutes before your alarm clock engages.
Hey, are you awake? That girl disappeared and we can't find her anywhere. Can you help us? She might have gone out on her own like she did in Yakushima.
My name is not that girl. Please address me as Aigis.
Huh?
Aigis? When did you... I entered while he was asleep. Unlocking the door took 2 minutes.
That's unlawful entry. Didn't we tell you to stay in the command room at night?
I determined that it is ideal to be on standby in this room. Is this a problem?
What? Where is this coming from all of a sudden?
If there is a problem, I will address it promptly.
The problem? Well, it's probably against dorm regulations for one. Look, don't just stand there, tell her!
Ah, come on, she's just trying to be helpful. Let her stay, let her stay.
She's not allowed in here. Okay, look. I'll get a room set up for you on the 3rd floor so you can stay nearby. Just don't leave the dorm by yourself, okay?
I will do as commanded.
Yeah, okay. tired. Alright, well, I have practice this morning, so I gotta get to school.
Everyone here goes to a place called school in the morning. I comprehend. Good morning. Please wake up. You've awakened safely. Mission complete. The paper on the wall says, do things 5 minutes early. Therefore, I woke you up 5 minutes prior to the triggering of your alarm clock.
Hey, are you awake? That girl disappeared, and we can't find her anywhere. Think you can help us out? She might have gone out on her own, like she did in Yakushima.
I am not a girl. I am Aigis, and I am here.
Huh? Aigis, how did you...
She was asleep, so I unlocked the door.
That's unlawful entry. Didn't we tell you to stay in the command room at night?
I propose to be on standby in this room from now on. Is this acceptable?
Where is this coming from all of a sudden?
If there is a problem, then I will address it promptly.
Well, you're both girls, so if she doesn't mind, I guess it's okay. It'll be pretty crowded in here, though. Are you okay with that? Huh? You're okay with that? Well, I guess this'll be Aigis' room too from now on.
I will proceed to retrieve my equipment. Is it all right to place the spare ammunition on the floor?
Ammo? No way!
But I must be by her side.
Oh well, I'll have a room prepared for you on the 3rd floor so you can stay nearby. Oh, and don't leave the dorm by yourself, okay?
I will do as commanded.
I'm tired. I have practice this morning, so I gotta go.
Everyone goes to a place called school in the morning. I comprehend.
Well, you know, maybe we could just get some inconspicuous clothes for Aigis and take her out for walks every now and again. You know, maybe to have her visit Koromaru. Oh, whoops, I still had it in auto mode. So I've been thinking, after we defeat all the shadows and the dark hour disappears, what's gonna happen then? I guess things will be peaceful. Never really thought about it, you know, I'm just trying to go with the flow. Well, yeah, but, well, regular people don't even know about the dark hour to begin with, right? That means no one will ever know about anything we've done. I mean, I get it'd be a huge problem if they did, but it just kinda sucks, you know? Unsung heroes, Junpei, what can you do? What can you do? Hey, the exam results are up! Oh nice, dangling plot thread for us, and something that is going to be very helpful. I scored the highest in my grade. Everyone is looking at me with respect. Yes! Bow to your charming overlord. But more importantly than that, that gets us the final push we need to max out our charm and reach charismatic, which I think is pretty fitting. I do need to actually talk to Mitsuru, though, because she promised to give me a gift if I scored well, and I believe that's the text for getting the top score, which is something we're not going to get in FES, and I don't think Portable either. FES definitely not, because you need Academics 5 in order to get the highest score on this exam, and believe me, it is actually quite difficult to obtain that level of academics in time. In fact, I'm not even sure if it's possible unless you sacrifice some social linking time, which admittedly is not the end of the world in Persona 3 FES for reasons we'll go over later. But, let's see, is Mitsuru here? She is not. That is okay. We wanted to talk to Fuuka anyway. If you're not too busy, can we talk for a bit? Is that a Koromaru emote? And we have Apsaris, feel like we might grow closer soon. I think this is the ideal course of action. We should be able to talk to Mitsuru at the dorm later. Note that in Reload, you can just talk to Mitsuru at any time when she's available to get the rewards from her. But in FES and Portable, it has to be when you're in school with her.
Hello.
Looks like we're finally done with exams. We made it to the end. Hopefully that relieves some stress at school for a while. Oh, did you have plans today? Well, what's gonna relieve stress at school for a while, Fuuka, is that we have summer vacation to coming up. I have a favor to ask if you have the time. I feel as if we can grow closer thanks to the High Priestess persona Apsaris. I feel like I might grow closer to Fuuka soon. Should I spend time after school for Fuuka? Of course, of course. Thank you. Let's see then. How about we go to the roof? The view up there is so nice.
So, there's
there's actually something I want you to try. And this time, it isn't just for a taste test. I think you'll actually be able to eat it. Wait, maybe I said the same thing last time. Well, now I mean it.
Fuuka presents me with a bento box. There are rice balls wrapped in seaweed inside. They smell good. I decided to try one. It's edible, at least. The rice tastes good, and it has just the right amount of seasoning. In fact, I'd go so far as to say it's delicious. Don't sound so surprised, me.
Well, how is it?
Hey, you actually took some of these lessons to heart. You did a great job.
Really? I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you. You know how I said I was having trouble with cooking? Well, I decided to try and find a recipe that even I couldn't mess up. And after a lot of consideration, I thought maybe making rice balls is something I could handle. But then I got really absorbed in how simple they are to make. It's still so hard to master. I made some rice balls today in home economics class too. I know it's a little silly to make something so basic in high school, but it was all I could manage. But then, everyone in the class told me they were really good though. Anyways, I've been really looking forward to have you try one. I wanted you to see how much progress I've made, because I don't think I could have made it this far without you.
Hey, I'm glad I could help. I'm glad I could help. But hey, you did a lot on your own too, so don't forget that.
Thanks. I know I've said this before, but when I'm with you and the rest of the team, I'm able to see things more positively. And I think the most important thing is the feeling of wanting to make others happy. That might be the reason why I made such good rice balls. Because I was thinking about who was going to eat them.
Aw, that's so thoughtful, Fuuka. How about you make some more sometime?
Of course! Just let me know anytime you want some. I just wanted to say thank you so much. Really.
Fuuka seems to really appreciate me. Our relationship is getting deeper. And yes, indeed, we are halfway through the Priestess social link, which means we get 3 level ups upon fusing our Priestess Personae. Very nice, very nice.
So it turns out, there's actually a trick to making good rice balls. The first thing to note is while you're washing the rice...
I spend the day listening to Fuuka's tips on making rice balls. I decided to go back to the dorm. Fuuka putting that tech expertise to work to appreciate the finer technical details of preparing rice balls.
Welcome back.
Hey, Aigis. By the way, how'd you fare on your exams? I did pretty good, I'd honestly say. That's great news. I'm happy for you. That reminds me, Kirijo-senpai was top of her class again. I mean, where does she find the time? She's unreal. In 2 weeks, the moon will be full again. Dude, those freaks with apathy syndrome will be everywhere. Wait, I mean the lost. I mean, I feel bad for the victims and all, but seriously, it's like there's no end to them.
That's a negative.
Technically speaking, there is an end to them. 6 shadows remain. If we can eliminate them, the dark hour will vanish. Yeah, that's true. So, what you're trying to say, I guess, is that fighting is more important than studying, right? I agree 100%. Junpei always looking for an out. Anyways, let's talk to Mitsuru over here. Ah, Seller. I saw your exam results. Good work. Here, this is from the chairman.
Excellent.
It's a reward for effectively balancing schoolwork as well as our extracurricular activities. We get, oh boy, that is a whole load of incenses right there. And since we placed top in the exams, we get a Mega Master Band. Check that out. Not an amazing accessory, but if you equip it, you get +3 to all stats, so nothing to shake a stick at least. Pretty decent bonus to everything. And you know what? Since Aigis, our newest party member, is lacking for accessories, I'll just slap that on her real quick. She'll appreciate it. We'll go over Aigis in more detail when it comes time to go into Tartarus proper, but before we even get to that point, I think now is a good time to actually use up some of the incenses that I've been hanging on to, because I do have characters that I would like to use these on. Now, all these power incenses, I actually want these to go to Aigis. Aigis is a physical-focused character, but she kind of has relatively low strength for the role, so by investing our power incenses into her, she will get a huge boost to her capabilities with this. So let's just give her all the power incenses here. Junpei has enough natural strength that he doesn't really benefit a huge amount from these. I'm going to give these guard incenses to, of course, our frailest character, Yukari, and I'm not too particular about saving these for any future characters, because by the time they join, we'll be able to just trade for any incenses we want, so I'm not going to be too hard up for spare incenses to perhaps patch out any weaknesses they may have. Magic incenses. There are two options here. One interesting option you can take with these is giving them to Junpei for something that won't pay off until much later, but I'm actually going to give them to Akihiko. This will augment his damage with his elect spells a little bit more, allowing him to be even more of the flexible jack-of-all-trades on offense that he is otherwise, and trying to think about who I want to give these speed incenses to. This doesn't really matter a huge amount, so I'll just give these to Aigis anyway. There isn't really anybody I want to save these for, because I don't really consider agility to be that great of a stat, but this will help out Aigis a bit, because she has a lot of AoE physical attacks against a relatively low agility stat, so this will increase her physical accuracy just a tad to make sure that she hits a bit more frequently. With that all taken care of, I think it's time to talk to our friends. Hey, where's Akihiko? Well, looks like he's out on the town, so we'll just have to catch up with him after we're done talking to everybody here. Can I help you? Just here to chat, Fuuka. Kirijo-senpai is incredible. She scored so well on her exams, even though so much has been happening. She can filter out all distractions and focus on the task at hand. I wish I could do that too. Hey, you do plenty right in your own way. Cullen-san, I have a question. When you attend your institution of schooling, what kind of emotions do you feel? I feel boredom, mostly. I'm not going to pretend like I was ever a good student. Is that true? From analyzing your facial expression, categorizing school as boring is inaccurate. Well, you're entitled to your opinion, I guess. Exam scores? Dude, I don't care about that. Defeating shadows is more important than getting good grades. Any time spent studying could be used to go to Tartarus, and... Don't get carried away, Iori. You should still study. You can learn from defeat. That's something that goes for our battles against shadows as well. And finally, well, not finally, Yukari over here. Hey, you saw that the exam results were posted today, right? Yeah, I just collected the rewards for it. It's great if you did well, but even if you didn't, try not to worry too much. With everything that's been going on, I'm sure you did the best you could. I did better than the best I could, honestly. It must be difficult for you to balance combat and studies. I should do more to help you all. Perhaps summer school would be beneficial. Well, let's wait and see how the others did. I really hope that's not foreshadowing there. Anyways, it's been a while since I told you I'd return the favor. It's about time for me to pay up, so meet me in front of Iwatodai Station. Alright, fair enough. We've got Akihiko's next linked event tonight, so let's meet up with him, and let's see what's on the agenda. Oh, Zeller. Today's the day I finally return the favor. Are you free? Should I spend the evening with Sonata? I would be absolutely thrilled to. Alright then, let's go.
Alright. This time let's have a nice meal as we talk about our future battles.
Or do you not care as long as you're the one who gets to do the fighting?
Our future battles, huh?
What's wrong, Akihiko?
It's fine. Don't worry about it. First things first. Let's get some food.
Hey, what's going on? Should we call somebody?
There you are, Akihiko Sonata.
Oh, you're the guys from before.
Turns out you're pretty famous, huh? An up-and-coming boxer, that it?
Time to pick up where we left off. Show me what you got. Kicking your ass is gonna do wonders for our rep. No way we're gonna pass this up.
Champ or not, look at our numbers. You ain't got a chance.
Okay, come on. This isn't fair. I think we have to jump in here a little bit.
Boxers are tough, ain't they? What? You can't handle a challenge?
You're welcome to join him, though, Pipsqueak. See? We're reasonable, right?
You said beating me would do wonders for your rep. I thought this was about testing each other's strength.
You idiot. I'm just gonna have fun kicking your ass because you're full of yourself. And who the hell cares about any of that as long as you win? Isn't that how you roll too?
Looks like a fist fight is going to break out. I have to do something.
So, you wanna go first or what?
Get back.
Okay, look out! It's a fire!
Are you shitting me? Get back here!
Hey, nobody runs away from us.
Running away is easy enough. It's losing them that's the hard part. Still, made for a good workout, right? That was some quick thinking, by the way. Just what I'd expect from our leader.
Not a problem. Although, admittedly, that was a little close. Fortunately, they were pretty, shall we say, dim.
I don't exactly like turning my back to an opponent. But it doesn't matter in the end if I can't protect the ones beside me. And being outnumbered increases our risk of injury or damaging our surroundings. What I mean is, you made the right call. I owe you one. It's addressed to me. Says it contains fruits, snacks, and beverages. Looks like it's from my parents. I'll take it to my room later.
Your parents?
Yeah, my foster parents that adopted me. I haven't kept in touch lately since I'm so busy. But it sounds like they're doing well. I appreciate how much they care, but this is a little too generous. Want to take some of it off my hands? And again, you'll hardly make a dent in this either.
Yeah, let's call the others and share with everybody.
Good idea. Would you mind gathering everyone up?
Oh my, very intriguing. Everything is such high quality. I can tell just by looking. Your parents must really care about you.
At least you know how to behave in front of your parents, Akihiko.
Don't you ever have anything nice to say about me? My parents have been good to me. I obviously haven't told them about what we do here, though.
Wow! When it comes to being considerate of others, you're a heavyweight. Glad to have you in our corner, Senpai.
There he goes again. These sure look good, though. Thanks for sharing, Sonata-senpai.
Take whatever you want.
Hey, Yukari Senpai.
Really good.
What's that?
Going for that
This
one,
looks
huh?
like
You
it was
get
meant
that?
for royalty.
You have my thanks.
That took care of most of it. I'm surprised they were so happy. I've really got to show my gratitude. To my parents and to everyone here. Well, all this talk about my parents reminded me of some things from the past. Like, why I'm here right now. I guess I feel like I remember my reason for fighting.
Well, glad to hear it, Akihiko.
Well, don't mind me. Let's just say I've got a lot of room to grow. The dorm's gotten so much busier. The orphanage used to be something like this too. We all lived under the same roof, just having casual conversations. I'd forgotten what it was like, but it wasn't so bad. I remembered after you suggested we share with everyone.
Hey, you're exaggerating, Akihiko, but you know what? Let's not rain on his parade. Let's do it again sometime.
Tell that to my parents. I've really got to repay you in particular, though. Or we'll never be squared away. All right, it's pretty late now. I guess we should clean up and call it a night.
There's something mixed in here. It's a letter and some sort of handcrafted object. Looks like a gold medal that's made out of cardboard.
What? Is there something there? This is...
It's a gift, I guess.
No, this is mine. You won't understand what it means, but it's from a long time ago. Do you mind if I ask you something? You take on the role of our leader, and you're stronger than anyone else in your own right. That's more than just being talented. Where do you get that strength from?
From the people around me, I suppose. If I didn't have anything to fight for, why fight so hard?
Oh, I see. You mean you feel motivated because you have people in your corner? Bonds with others, huh? That might be something I'm missing. Well, whatever it is, you've clearly got something that I don't. But being jealous or trying to copy you isn't gonna help me. That strength is yours alone. I'm going to get stronger, but I'll do it my way. Sorry, we were supposed to be cleaning up. I'll take care of the rest. Things got so busy that I missed out on my chance to thank you again. Hopefully the food was enough for today. I'll invite you out again some other time.
And there we go. We get a fruit, we get an Imperial sweet set, and some juice. Very nice. I took Sonata's gesture of appreciation, then returned to my room. I feel like my charm has improved after seeing how Sonata cares for his parents. Another relatively useless bonus, of course, since we maxed out charm at this point. No value to any points we'll be getting in the future, which we'll be getting plenty of. Now, over in Persona 3 Portable, I do actually want to remark on something that I'll be doing differently for FES in the near future, as well as Portable. And up to this point in the Let's Play, I've been pretty consistently showing, or at least detailing what I'm going to be doing each day in Persona 3 FES and Portable, but we've pretty much hit the point where it'll only take me like 10 to 15 seconds to lay that out, so usually what's going to happen going forward for like sections of the game where there isn't any new content. If there isn't a unique social link to go over in Persona 3 Portable, that's just going to be skipped over, and I'll likely leave my daily activity log in the description or in the Something Awful and LP Beach threads if you're super curious about what exactly has been done. Otherwise, I'm mostly just going to lay out what I'm doing for the same time period that we just covered in Reload in Persona 3 Portable and FES when I cut to them. Funnily enough, in FES, we actually do have a bit coming up in the succeeding month of August, where it actually does give me a reason to cut to that particular version of the game every single day, so it probably won't be until September where that actually truly takes over how I'm going to be proceeding in these games in the videos going forward. Anyway, today we're going to be hanging out with Tanaka. On Friday, it'll be hanging out with Yukari and Mutatsu. Saturday will be Fuuka and a quiz game. Sunday is actually going to be something interesting, so I'm going to be cutting to that. And for reasons we'll get into in the near future, we're mostly just going to be hanging out with Mutatsu and Tanaka in the evenings when we don't have a quiz game available or our only option is to study. So that is something we'll get into as the video progresses. For now, though, let's talk to Tanaka, and then I can relegate him to a supplemental video. I'd also just like to note in that Persona 3 Portable, I also scored the highest in my class, like I did in Reload, so it looks like they relaxed the ranking requirement in order to get the top score in this version of the game. It is really strict in FES, and quite difficult to reach if you don't sacrifice some social linking opportunities. Switching over to FES second for once instead of Portable, simply because I've recorded the Portable segment first, for reasons. I'm just going to lay out the schedule for the week going forward in FES as well, and this time I can say for certain there's only going to be one instance where I'm going to be cutting back. So we're going to be hanging out with Mutatsu tonight, and then Kenji and Yukari on Friday and Saturday, and I'll be fitting in feeding the cat while I do that. Unfortunately, we won't be able to complete that quest for a while in FES because I missed too many opportunities to do it before we get to a moment where we lose some days. Also, we're going to be hanging out with Maya on Sunday, and then on Monday, we will be having a Tartarus trip, which I'll be going over the results of, and finally, just doing what I can in the intervening days until I finish up the video, where I'll of course be fitting in some quiz games, some Tanaka, and more Mutatsu. Speaking of Mutatsu, I better get this underway. Dude, summer break starts tomorrow. It's prime time for a little beachside romance. Hey, not again. You know, I bet other guys would kill to be in our shoes. After all, we're staying in the same dorm as 3 super cute girls. You think so too, right? Yeah, probably, if I'm being honest. But if you want to be more than friends, you got a lot of work ahead of you. Kirijo-senpai is the top of class and student council president. You'd have to be an uber nerd for her to even give you the time of day. Yukatan's pretty popular too, so you gotta be as styling as she is to be a good match. Fuuka is, soft-spoken and kind of hard to grasp, so you might need to take initiative with her, I guess. Anyways, keep this hush-hush between us, alright? Junpei just giving us a little diegetic hint for what kind of stats we need in order to initiate the relevant social links. Pretty useless at this point, since we already fulfill most of the criteria. Please take your seats. Salve et coagula. Or salve, rather. Your teacher has suddenly fallen ill, so I'll be filling in today. Sick on the last day before summer vacation. That just shows you why you have to take care of your health. Anyway, they're giving you a crash course on alchemy, a branch of magic focused on, among other things, generating wealth. Oh, like the sound of that, do you? Of course. Who among us wouldn't turn down free money? It's human nature to want what one lacks. There's no escaping it. So despite the lesson imparted to us by King Midas, humans have long sought a way to create precious metals for themselves. However, the alchemists of old were not so arrogant as to believe they could create gold by touching anything they pleased. Rather, they sought a process that allowed them to convert cheaper metals, such as iron or copper, into more lucrative ones. The goal is the pinnacle of alchemy given form, the Philosopher's Stone. Regardless of their incentive or their success, there is no denying that the alchemists have made significant impacts in world history. The roots of alchemy originate in Hellenistic Egypt, with the city of Alexandria at its center. As the Western Roman Empire fell, alchemy thrived in Arabia. Many of the Arabic alchemical texts written at the time have survived to this day. The earliest English translations of these texts brought the practice to medieval Europe, where alchemists gained both power and infamy. Also of note, there's a fascinating branch of Chinese alchemy called Waidan. These practitioners sought a working formula for an elixir of immortality, though rather than a recipe for gold. At any rate, the most important substance in the practice of alchemy is mercury, or quicksilver. It was thought that mercury could be used to form the Philosopher's Stone, which would in turn allow alchemists to generate gold. Alchemists endlessly toiled in their research using all sorts of equipment and experimental approaches. There are some who'd argue that, if not for alchemists' trial and error, modern chemistry would not exist as we know it today. Unfortunately, there's no definitive proof that a Philosopher's Stone was ever successfully created. In a way, it's one of the greatest tragedies of human history. Moving on, alchemy has also been very influential in the field of psychology. Carl Jung, among others, recognized a kinship between alchemists and psychologists. Jung believed that the psychotherapy could refine a mind to a stronger, healthier state, not unlike how the Philosopher's Stone was said to affect metals. I'm feeling sleepy. We do have plenty of lectures to sit through for the rest of the game, though, if we want to max out our academics, so we will stay awake. Which is why I think it's such a shame that mainstream society has given up on alchemy. Young adults ought to strive for the unusual goals. It offers the best chance to lead exciting lives. And after all, from the perspective of our ancestors, modern science may as well be alchemy or magic. If you work hard enough, you may very well discover your own form of magic. Well, that's it for now. Enjoy your summer, everyone. And I forced myself to stay awake and listen to the lecture, meaning that I'd get a meager academics bonus. But hey, that's enough to maintain the reputation of being smart, which is good enough for me.
Hey, you have a minute? It's about the track team. Since you just transferred, you probably haven't heard about the Miyoo Cup, right? Well, let me tell you. On August 2nd, there's a major competition for track and field. There's this guy named Hayase. Total speed demon. We can't let him trounce us this year. Got high hopes for you, so get ready to train hard. I'm gonna need you to show up from July 27th to August 1st. Don't go skipping school now. Got a special training regimen in mind for you. ISA won't stand a chance. Competition's on August 2nd. Let's do this thing!
And there's our track coach coming to steal our first week of summer. Gotta love it, gotta love it. Now, over there, you may notice something a little bit different about Yukari. As it so happens, after the Yakushima beach trip, in Persona 3 Reload, FES, and Vanilla, we can finally form a rapport with Yukari and begin our social link. It's not advisable to do this at your earliest opportunity in Vanilla, but in FES and Reload, and of course the MC storyline in Portable, there is no reason not to start it right now, even though for reasons we'll be getting into, it's going to be a while before we advance it any further, or even get it anywhere close to where we have it in Portable.
Hey there.
Oh, hey Zelda-kun. Looks like we're finally done with exams. That's a load off our shoulders, huh? can we maybe take some time to talk? In private? It seems that because of my charm, Yukari thinks I look reliable. This might be my chance to get to know her better. So, can we go to the rooftop? Sure. Thanks. I wanted to talk to you. Alright, let's go then.
Hey, so, never mind. Just forget about it. I guess saying that only makes you more curious, huh?
Oh, yeah, honestly. I mean, you're kind of leaving me in the dark here.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Sorry about that. So, you might have forgotten all about this, and it's totally fine if you did. But when we were at Yakushima, I said some stupid things. And I just wanted to say I'm sorry. It's been on my mind this whole time. You know, I always felt like I wanted to just be normal. I wanted to have a family like all the other kids. Mom and Dad to come home to. Why do we have to be different? Why us? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to lump the two of us together. But I feel like you understand and have been looking out for me. At least that's what I think. Is that just wishful thinking? That's how I really feel, though.
Yukari is opening up to me. It seems the two of us have gotten a little closer.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast established a new bond. Thou shalt have our blessing when thou choosest to create a persona of the Lover's Arcana.
It was a long while coming, but we finally established the Lovers social link. The Lovers have a number of abilities that are pretty reflective of what Yukari is capable of. Many of them have wind skills, many of them have healing skills. Beyond that, though, they also possess charm skills more often than that, plus abilities that allow you to resist charm. Also, later on, perhaps just tying in further to Yukari, they'll also pick up some high-end pierce skills. Definitely an Arcana to watch out for later in the game, because its ultimate persona is actually rather good, and in FES and Portable, gives you access to a very good weapon.
It's getting cold. Let's go home.
I decided to go back to the dorm.
Good evening. I'm pleased to see that you're well.
Your pills.
I noticed once again that a new ally has been added to the ranks. Well, I suppose it's more of a pet than an ally.
Makes no difference to me.
It seems what you told us of their intentions is true. How terribly lamentable. Now we have no choice but to intervene. It is up to the individual how to use the strength they are granted. But to erase the Dark Hour would be denying the very power they possess. And that is the one thing we cannot permit.
Fine. Do whatever you want.
Hold up a sec. What's your role in all this? We know they asked you to come back.
You know, you're really starting to piss me off, nosy little shit.
Yeah? Well, they're going down. You hear me? And if you're on their side, then you're going down too. Got that?
I already told you. I'm done with them.
My name is Kemna Mata. I'll be staying here for a while. I'll try not to be a bother, so please don't mind me. And Ken has finally moved into the dorm to spend his summer with us. Ken, what do you think of the fact that there is a robot living in this dorm? I mean, Ken is a Persona user, and more than likely he's already aware of the Dark Hour, so it's not like he has no index for the strange, but, Oh, hello, Zeller-san. Please allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Ken Amada. That's Ken, written with the character for dry. I just moved into the dorm. I'll be staying here for the summer. Alright, so no reaction to Aigis, that's fair enough. Amada, huh? He's still in elementary school? Man, that's young. I don't know what it is about that kid, but my Junpei senses are going crazy around him. Either he's a little punk, or he's way more mature than I am. I don't know, man, is it just me? Hey, you don't think Amada-kun is gonna end up involved in all this, do you? Well, I would hope not, but we do have to entertain the possibility. I guess you're right. Yakutsuki-san did say that he has the potential. Yeah, but as long as he doesn't have an evoker, it's not like he can go out and do anything crazy. At least I hope not. He'll be staying at the dorm, but remember, he's not a member of C's, so be very careful what you say around him. And don't talk with him about anything regarding shadows. The robot is okay. Just one little kid stuck living with a bunch of high schoolers. Well, I suppose it's not the worst thing to happen. Zeller, try to make an effort to be nice to that kid. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Data regarding the newest resident, Ken Amada-san, has been logged. I'm able to communicate with him at any time. Please leave it to me. Okay, we'll leave it up to you, Aigis. Can I help you? I think Amada-kun would get upset if he heard me say this, but don't you think he's kind of adorable? Isn't he kind of precocious? I guess would be the more appropriate term. That's what's so great about him. It's kind of like having a little brother. So, at least Fuuka is having a good time here. Anyway, it's been a while since we've checked out the recording, and since enough time has passed, there is a brand spanking new recording for us to look at, so let's check it out. 7/15/2009, 17:05:38, starting playback. Looks like Fuuka's room. Oh, suddenly got creepy.
I wonder if I should have gone for the one-piece suit instead. These halter-top bikinis look almost like underwear. It feels a little weird to have my belly button exposed. Now that I think about it, this is the first time I've chosen my own swimsuit, but there wasn't much of a selection for the one-pieces. I wonder if I should ask Yukari-chan again what she thinks. Although, I don't really exercise, so I probably wouldn't look very good standing next to her. Oh, right! I have just the thing! The low-frequency waist slimmer pad I bought from Tanaka's TV show. It said online it was very effective for its price, so maybe it could do some help before the trip. Now let's see. How do I turn this on? No! This... it tickles! What do I do? Why won't it come off? No!
Yamagishi, do you have a moment?
It's Kirijo-senpai! I have to get the door! Yes, I'll be right there!
Oh, am I interrupting anything?
No, not at all! No, not at all!
It's not that important. Never mind, just carry on.
Oh, senpai! Is this what it means to train your abs? Someone help!
The recording ends here, and I have several questions. 1. Why do we have cameras installed in our bedrooms? Number 2. Kutsuki, is it really necessary to keep this recording around? let's not think too hard about this and go to the mall. You know, I kind of left Tanaka out in the cold last time, so why don't we just spend some time with him since we don't really have anything better to do. I'm sure he'd be thrilled for me to say that. Are you busy at the moment? If not, I can teach you a valuable life lesson. Free of charge, of course. It seems like President Tanaka wants to talk to me. I feel like I might grow closer to him soon, and will always grow closer to him. It's nice and relaxing, this social link.
My schedule is so terribly packed. I don't usually have time for your average Joe, you know. You should be glad you're such a handsome boy. All right, let's add a new word to our vocabulary today. Repeat after me. Placebo. The stress is on the middle syllable.
Placebo.
Very good. You're feigning interest well. A placebo is a pretend pill. Basically, it's a medicine to give you peace of mind. Imagine this. A supplement to eliminate those unsightly love handles without lifting a finger. Or a car navigation system that uses real-time image data to make your commute all the smoother. Or at least make it feel that way. These are just a fraction of our unique line of products.
Wow, can you even sell those?
Of course I can. In fact, I sell them all the time. Our business doesn't provide tangible benefits. It provides peace of mind. Take emergency supplies, for example. People feel safe just because they have them, don't they? As it turns out, the more money people spend, the better they feel. Now then, that's it for today's lesson. You can pay me back when you make your first million.
I received some questionable advice from President Tanaka. I understand him a little better now, and I guess that's close enough to improving our relationship with him because we get a social link rank up. Devil is now rank 2. The devil has gone down to Polonium Hall.
Have you been keeping your promise? You didn't tell anyone, did you? If you go back on your word, you might be surprised to find your profile suddenly on an internet dating site.
It's getting late, so I'll go back to the dorm and ruminate on the less awful threat that Tanaka gave to me compared to the version he gave in FES and Portable. Watch the supplemental videos if you want to see what he said in those versions of the game. Over in Persona 3 Portable, you know, I kind of lied when I said there'd be something interesting coming up on Sunday. We've had a couple other things come up. Colin-san. Miss Kano called and stopped you. About the club, do you know about the fellowship we'll be doing at another school? You'll all get to play volleyball at a school in the countryside. Imagine that fresh air. And at night, there'll be delicious food and a hot springs. Doesn't that just sound wonderful? It's in 2 days from now. You'll practice here for a week, then leave for the other school. Don't forget, okay? Alright, so instead of a track meetup, we've of course got a fellowship for our volleyball club, so that's what we'll be doing in Persona 3 Portable. Get some slightly different scenes, as well as a completely unique ending scene, with a little bit of a call forward. Look forward to that. Oh, and since I'm here anyway, I might as well grab Mitsuru's reward for acing the exam in this version of the game, which should be the same as what we'd get for getting top 10 in Persona 3 FES. So we get a night card set, and we get the Matarukaja card, which actually I'm probably going to want to start duping that as soon as I get some free opportunities, because wow, that is actually a really, really good card to get right now. For reference, we're not going to start seeing things with Matarukaja and their skill list until we're close to level 40, so that is actually pretty amazing to get at this stage of the game. And just one final thing before we begin social linking. Enjoy time for the last time we'll be hearing it in a long while, because once school reconvenes after summer vacation, we'll be getting a new background song, and I just really like this song. It's probably the first Persona song that really stuck with me, because this is the first Persona game that I ever played. This particular version of Persona 3. Very nostalgic. Summer vacation begins today, but it's Sunday anyway, so it's hard to appreciate that fact. Now, starting things off, we just get some text messages. Got a text message. Okay, a text message. One from Chihiro. Hello, it's Fushimi. Would you like to go somewhere together? Sorry for the short notice. If you have some time and are interested, please let me know before the end of the afternoon. Thank you. Well, Chihiro, I am just going to completely ignore you. So, starting things out on this beautiful Sunday morning, we got a couple things we could do. First and foremost, of course, is Tanaka's show. One thing I want to look at, though, is my skill card, just see if there's anything worth duping, or if I have backup copies for everything I kind of care to have at this point. And I've got backups for the boosts I have. Let's see, Divine Grace. Might be worth it to dupe that. Yeah, what we're supposed to do today is we're supposed to spend some time with Maya, and I just need to make sure I have a hermit, which I do. But we can just also relationship fortune her at the shrine. So I think I'll head there and dupe that Divine Grace card. First order of business, though, is let's check out what Tanaka is selling today. Not that I'm gonna buy it, because I already know what he's selling, and it's not anything I care about. It was so popular the first time around that we brought it back better than ever. First up, we have the brand wallet, which is terrible, and then we have the perfume. 2 gift items. These are completely worthless. We're not buying them. Alright, with that taken care of, let's get over to Naganaki Shrine. Dupe this Divine Grace for me, and don't charge me for it. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. This will be very handy to have once we get access to something with Medea Rama, because that'll instantly increase the healing of that spell to about 360 hit points, which will essentially be a full heal for everyone for a good majority of the game. Now, we will draw a relationship fortune here. This is functionally identical to spending time with someone, which is what we would be doing with Maya anyway today, so we may as well just do this and potentially get some money, or potentially lose some and I'll have to scramble to find some spare funds. But that's kind of what makes doing this interesting. I hear Divine Message, blessings to the believer. We get closer to Maya, we are stronger, and we get fair luck. So we get 1,000 yen. Very nice, very nice. Getting late, back to the dorm. And let's check out what's available for us tonight.
Oh, welcome back.
Hey, Ken. Come to think of it, have you heard about B Blue V? Hey, I was talking about that earlier. It's this shop in Polonia Mall, but there's a rumor you can talk to spirits there. Sounds a little sketchy, huh? I wonder what kind of shop it is. Don't think too hard about it, Ken, so it doesn't look like there's anything going on down here. We're just gonna check upstairs real quick, see, hey, Mitsuru is interested in reading, but I'm not particularly interested in reading with Mitsuru, not to sound rude or anything. Let's talk to Ken real quick. I guess Sana's a robot, right? Okay, you finally noticed that. You really can't tell whenever she wears. Really can't tell whenever she wears normal clothes like we do. The Kirijo group must be super powerful to invent a robot like her. Well, at least in true kid fashion, he just thinks that's kind of cool. Which, you know, fair. Over here, let's talk to Aigis real quick. I have conducted a simulation to predict the outcome. First of all, the Lost are a strain on society since they drain resources but are unable to contribute anything. These individuals will also require caretakers, increasing strain on the workforce and other areas of society. With fewer and fewer people working, society's growth will plummet. Eventually, this country will no longer be able to sustain itself. The end, as people say. Well, I guess you're already learning about the end of the world, and you've only just come into it, really. Damn, I never thought of that! If that happens, I'll only shop at the convenience store. I guess the concept is too big for your brain to comprehend. You're an idiot, you know that? Nice to see that Yukari and Junpei are just hanging out, business as usual. A country is made up of its people. So if the number of the lost keeps growing, then the whole country will eventually collapse. There's so much riding on our shoulders. And finally, let's talk to Fuuka over here. Let's just talk real quick. If this country falls apart, what will happen then? Would a war or something break out? I probably shouldn't think too hard on this. I mean, we're fighting to prevent that from happening. Indeed, Fuuka, indeed. Now, let's move on to the next order of business. For all you Mutatsu fans out there who are a little disappointed he didn't have much to say when we last talked to him, well, you're in luck, because we're going to be hanging out with him again tonight, or this video, rather, and we are going to actually get some dialogue from him.
You're late. I was just thinking about leaving. You've been coming here a lot too, huh? You alright, kid? You know, financially, paying for the drinks here? High school kids don't have much money, do they? At least, I never gave much to my son.
Oh, you know, I'm not wanting for much. Tartarus helps with that. I mean, you know, I get by.
Do you now? Guess you kids have ways to make money these days. You're not doing anything illegal, though, are you, kid? Not that I care. By the way, let me ask you, is there anything you want right now? And I mean something you can buy with money, not some crap like love or a sense of humor.
Okay, well, as far as material wants, I mean, not anything in particular at the moment.
Don't tell me you've attained enlightenment at your age. Back when I was a young man, I never had enough money to buy the things I wanted. When you get to be my age, well, try thinking about it this way. You work to make money so you can have a better life. But to make enough money, you gotta work all the time. So you never get to enjoy that better life you're working so hard to have. Quite a paradox, isn't it? Do you know what the average lifetime income of a white-collar worker is? Including a retirement fund and an annual pension. It's 250 million yen. That's not even close to a lottery jackpot. Thanks to me, you learned something new today, eh, kid? Now, don't waste your life working all the time trying to get rich. Just take life as it comes.
Mutatsu's words are harsh, but I can feel his kindness. I feel like I understand Mutatsu a little better now. And with that, Tower has reached rank 5. We're halfway through on a lot of social links at the moment, actually.
I worked my ass off for a lousy 250 million yen. And for what? I wish I could buy back all the time I lost.
I said goodbye to Mutatsu and went back to the dorm. Over in Persona 3 Portable, I'm pretty flush with cash, so we may as well check out what Tanaka is hawking off to us. And let's see what we got here in Persona 3 Portable. It is a bead chain. Hey, that's actually pretty good. I might take that. And 3 amethyst? Even better. Amethyst trades for a lot of valuable items, so you know what? We will take that. Now, I'm cutting into Persona 3 Portable not just for Tanaka, but also because we're going to be doing something that we would never, ever do in Persona 3 Reload and FES, but there is reason to do it in Persona 3 Portable. We're going to draw a relationship fortune for Mutatsu so we can get a rank up with him next time we hang out with him. In Persona 3 FES and Reload, there is zero reason to ever dedicate a time slot to this, because there is just so much free time to deal with Mutatsu, and you have, way more important things you could use your relationship fortunes on than expediting his social link. In Persona 3 Portable, though, we have a lot more nighttime social links, so it is situationally a good idea to actually invest a relationship fortune on them if you have nothing else important coming up. And as it so happens, because we're going into the summer, most of our school links are going to be off limits to us, and anyone that could benefit from a relationship fortune currently, we're actually going to get some free boosts to our social link progress with them during the summer, even if it isn't a rank up. So we're going to be drawing for Mutatsu. On a different topic, before I forget, I did remember to feed the cat in Persona 3 Portable so that I could complete it before the sports training camp began. So let's turn in that quest and see what Theodore has to say about it. You were able to feed the hungry cat. Thank you. I can feel relief in the very cockles of my heart. I find some similarities between you and cats. That is why I cannot bear to see cats go neglected. Please take this as your reward. And we get a summer outfit for Yukari. Not quite as good as it is in Persona 3 FES just due to lower defense value, but whatever. We haven't really been focusing on Yukari's armor otherwise. I'm just looking at the different things we have here. Gotta remember to do the Platinum Watch side quest when I get a chance. Alright, that's all I wanted to say, so let's just move on. Oh, right, and one other thing I forgot to mention. After the Yakushima trip in Persona 3 Portable, I think FES, but I forget, I'll check after a certain point, we can now buy the swimsuits that we had in the Yakushima, and they are pretty potent armor for this stage of the game at 80 defense. They're also really expensive, though, so I'd highly recommend purchasing these on Monday when Officer Kurosawa is offering a discount, as it brings the price down from 300k to 225k, much more reasonable, and again, not a terrible upgrade for quite some time, so it's definitely worth your time to pick up a couple of these for your preferred characters, if you so want. Alright, that's all I just wanted to comment on. Boy, it's time to enjoy our summer vacation, but the special training for track and field begins today. It's about time to leave, and guess what? Gekukan High School practice field, we are losing our daytime for the following week so we can practice for a track and field event. We trained all day to prepare for the competition on August 2nd.
Hey, no slacking! Put your heart into it. You'll never beat Hayase with that attitude.
And with that, we at least get to keep our evenings, so this is one of many moments in Persona 3 where they just kind of contrive a moment to deny you some time, which of course robs you of valuable time you could spend developing your social links. Sup, dude? Yeah, that's right. Didn't you have training today? How'd it go? Well, it wasn't too bad, I guess. I can go to Tartarus if you want. Not that we're going tonight. Yeah? You're tougher than I thought. Hey, think you can handle it? Let's go to Tartarus tonight. It's a little less than 2 weeks till the full moon, so I kind of want to hit the bullpen. We better save it. I mean, we don't have anybody we need to rescue at the moment. And we've got a few things we can do tonight. Of course, we could, well, actually, no, we couldn't do that. But over here, we've got Mitsuru, who we could continue her kitchen storyline. But there's also Aigis, who we could garden with. And let's just check up here. Nobody else doing anything up here. But I do not care a huge amount for the ability that Mitsuru unlocks when we complete her kitchen storyline, or her reading storyline for that matter. It's the same ability, it's just it upgrades when you complete both storylines. Aigis, on the other hand, has an amazing ability that unlocks when you pursue her storylines. So anytime we have the option to advance her storyline and there isn't anything else important we have to get to, we definitely want to do that. First, let's talk to Junpei, though. I wonder if the next shadow will be even stronger. Maybe they'll be drained and weak because of the summer heat? Nah, not happening. Alright, so let's hang out with Aigis tonight. Is it correct that you tend to planters on the rooftop, Cullen-san? I'm interested in attempting horticultural activities as well. If such a task is within your purview of operations for the day, would it be acceptable for me to join? The quality of the produce might improve if we tend to the rooftop planters together. I am both prepared and motivated to undertake this action. Shall we commence gardening? Absolutely, Aigis, let's go!
Yes.
Understood. I'll begin making my way to the rooftop with maximum efficiency.
Oh, very puzzling. The plants seem much livelier than they did when we started. Do you suppose they're happy that you are tending to them?
I mean, as happy as plants can be, I think so.
Fascinating. There's no data on this, but it seems like you understand them. Hello, plants. I will be tending to you as well this time. Don't worry, I'll make sure to decrease my pressure output. But if anything starts hurting, just raise your left hand. Or rather, your left leaf. I had some prior knowledge of plants, but this was my first time observing them directly. These little seeds and buds in the earth can morph and change so quickly. Is this proof that they are living as well? How fascinating. I would like to watch these plants grow and document this experience for my records. I will tend to them with my full power.
I tended the plants with Aigis.
This took more time than I'd anticipated. I will need to run more simulations to ensure there are no delays next time.
Thanks to the care we put in, it looks like this will be a big harvest.
It's gotten late. We should head back now.
By tending the plants with Aigis. Over in Persona 3 Portable, we have of course got our volleyball training instead of our track practice, or our swimming training if we're playing FES, or possibly Kendo, depending on what you pick. Gekukan High School Gym, you trained all day in preparation for the fellowship on August 1st. Keep your eye on the ball. Come on, I don't see those legs moving. Sprint! Looks like Rio was able to rally the troops for this special training. I don't know if I'll show off every single FemC version of the training. It was nothing, Junpei. Yeah, and we're not going to go to Tartarus tonight, Junpei. Nice try, nice try. But if I see anything particularly interesting happening, I will be sure to cut to it. I probably will be reading it to myself in the raw recording, but I don't necessarily know if I'll show them all, because I don't remember if anything interesting happens in them until the final scene. Here's Ken over here, and he's just fanboying over Akihiko. And what the heck, I'll cut to Persona 3 FES here as well, because we of course have swim training instead of track training. So you get a slightly different cutscene depending on what sports club you are in. It's not super interesting. I do think it's kind of interesting how Mamoru Hayase plays Schrödinger Sports here, but otherwise, you know, it's basically the same thing. Quit slacking off. Not gonna win against Mamoru Hayase like that. Indeed, Fuuka. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Yuko. I'm getting my names mixed up here. Sorry, it's the U's that get me. We got Yukari as well. It's just gonna get worse and worse going on. But the other reason that I'm cutting to here is because I actually do take up Junpei on his offer to go to Tartarus tonight. It's other than I thought. If you think you can handle it, let's go to Tartarus tonight. And indeed, that is what I did. In fact, I have already recorded the first Tartarus segment for FES. It's going to still be a little bit before we reach Tartarus in Reload and Portable, because at this stage of the game, it really is important to do them towards the end of the month to make sure you have everything possible before going into Tartarus available. But in FES, it is really optimal to just do Tartarus at your earliest convenience, which in this case, it's because we have Aigis. So let's head on over to Tartarus right now. And here we are in Tartarus, post-expedition. I have defeated the first boss available for this moon cycle, but not the second. Like before, I've just simply reached the checkpoint there. As you can see, I've got new personae available. Some noticeable ones is that I've got a Narcissus with an item to produce, like I do in Portable, and that'll be important later. Shisa, who's a really good persona for right now, just for combat purposes. Some interesting fusions I made is that I have created Vedala by fusing off my Huapo to get Maragi to fulfill Elizabeth's fusion request. I also refused another Huapo to see if I could get it with Fire Boost, but unfortunately, the Magician's Social Link is not developed enough to reach that yet. I just barely fell short of the experience to get that, but it's close enough that next time we return, I should be able to level her up enough, or get her enough experience to level up and get Fire Boost, and then I can use her for another fusion to create something better. Otherwise, I've just got a miscellaneous assortment of things. I did end up getting some onyxes while I was exploring, so I can invest in some endurance cards to power up Orpheus more, which will be important later. Also, as you can see, I've got about 300k in yen directly, and I have a bunch of stuff that I can sell in order to probably get me over the 400k marker, which will be quite helpful. I'm also level 29, and my goal for this moon cycle, for both Persona 3 FES and Portable, is to reach level 31. That'll allow me to fuse a tower persona, Eligor, the first persona of the Tower Arcana, and I have different reasons for wanting him. In Portable, it's just going to be for social linking purposes, and potentially for his use in battle, but more so just because I need it for scheduling. In FES, though, I actually want him for weapon fusion purposes, for reasons that we'll get into when we actually have access to him. It will require a bit of a grind when I return to Tartarus, but that's neither here nor there. I also used Aigis a little bit, and I do want to train up Mitsuru before the end of this month. Going forward in Persona 3 FES, I will have a dedicated team that I will be using once a certain party member who joins very soon will be joining us, but until all the pieces of that really fall together, I probably will be switching around my team a bit more in Persona 3 FES. In Portable, on the other hand, going forward, I am actually going to have a dedicated team that I am going to be using for the entirety of that version, and I should be able to use it almost completely uninterrupted. With that said, we have one last thing to take care of. I've completed the main collection quests for this Tartarus run in the video that I've recorded, and went over the rewards there, and we are in line to get the fourth old document to collect these Balm of Lives, which is a pretty good reward, actually. But let's now give over the Vedala with Maragi, or at the very least present it, so we can get the Sugar Key. You seem to have completed a request. Just a moment while I check. I see that you have Vedala with you, and he has the skill Maragi. Well done. You have fulfilled my request. I have a different reward for you this time. With it, you'll be able to create King Frost. If you're strong enough to control this persona, then give it a try. King Frost is, of course, a wonderful ice caster to have at this stage of the game, so this is a pretty good pickup, and I'll definitely want to try and fuse him once I have the available experience level. I want to say he's a level 30 persona, but I kind of forget. Not that it's too big a deal. Anyway, that's all I'm really going to be covering directly in this video for FES. And the rest of the stuff is just going to be the miscellaneous social links that I deal with that will be going into the supplemental video, and of course, now, since we're well past the point where we really need courage boosts anymore, we do have to deal with the slight nuisance of tiredness, slowing my academics gain, but we'll still come in well ahead of time. Oh, actually, one last thing I forgot to mention is that in Persona 3 FES, unfortunately, I did not get a reward from Mitsuru. I'm not sure if I'm just misremembering from playing all these different versions of Persona 3, if I'm just misremembering getting the reward for placing top 10 in FES and just mixing up with Portable and Reload or not, but it seems like I must be. You do need to get number 1 to get those card rewards. Unfortunate. Alright, let's carry on. The special training for track and field continues today, too. It's about time to leave. Gekkoukan High School practice field. We trained all day to prepare for the competition on August 2nd. My body feels light, but my time wasn't that good. How could we possibly do any better than, like, with all the effort we've been putting in over the past couple months? Yeesh. Tough crowd. Welcome back. Apathy syndrome is on the rise again. People seem to have calmed down a bit, despite the media, but there will be serious problems if we don't end this. We must defeat the last 6 shadows, beginning with the one we anticipate on the next full moon. If the number of lost continues to increase, the city will fall into chaos. You're just exaggerating, right? Then again, maybe not. So yeah, we'll be getting through the daytimes quite quickly in this section of the game, so obviously one thing we could do, since it's a Tuesday, is we could hang out with Tanaka, but Yukari is available to watch a movie with, and Yukari also, like Aigis, unlocks a very good ability if we spend a lot of time with her. Let's just talk to our friends for a little bit, though. We've been very busy this month. As a result, I'm not sure that we've been going to Tartarus often enough. Please make sure you're prepared for the next full moon. We'll be fine, Mitsuru.
No.
I'm not saying it's bad or anything. When you got a little kid staring at you, it can be kind of awkward. What about Ken over here? Sonata-san, you always wear those gloves when you fight, right? I hear that once you put them on, you're unbeatable. Yeah. It's no big deal, really. Ken is just a fan, Akihiko. Learn to appreciate that. Let's see, Fuuka over here says, you know the incident that occurred because of the Kyoryuger group's experiments? They said that it happened because they were trying to collect shadows. Doesn't that mean shadows existed before Tartarus and the Dark Hour ever appeared? How long have shadows been around then? Since around the mid-90s. City in Chaos, huh? Sounds like something out of a movie. What's really scary is that it can totally happen. We're the only ones who can do anything about it. Hey, at least Junpei is starting to grasp the gravity of things. I will fight with guns during battle. However, I'm not heavily equipped and my damage output and accuracy are both average. On the flip side, I could say that I'm quite stable. That'd be a good recommendation for beginners. In Reload, I'd agree wholeheartedly. In FES and Portable, not so much. But again, we'll get to that when we actually return to Tartarus. One of my classmates lent me a DVD of the show she's been watching. I've been curious about it for a while, and apparently it's gotten some pretty good ratings. I could use a break, so I was thinking about sitting down and giving it a watch. Watching this DVD with Yukari might help improve my charm. Oh, what's up, Zeller-kun? Did you want to watch with me? Absolutely! Yes. Alright then, let's get into it.
Whoa, that teaser was so dramatic. It's like the stuff from overseas. This series is known for having a strong female protagonist. I've been curious about it for a while, but I heard it also has horror elements.
Oh, sounds exciting.
Wait, really? You're totally fine with that stuff? That's actually perfect. I'll try to push through then. Oh wait, it's starting! Man, the tension is palpable. That cliffhanger really made me want to know what happens next. I guess it was more zombies than horror, huh? The main girl was just an ordinary person, but she stood so strong in the face of adversity. I love that! I feel like I was able to focus on the story thanks to you. I'll let you know when I borrow the next one.
By observing the main character, I've begun to understand the charm of an adult. And we get a little point of charm there that is useless. Note also that you get points towards Yukari's social link when you participate in these nighttime events with her. That's not going to matter too much though, so don't worry about it.
I'm gonna off to bed. Good night.
The special training for track and field continues today, too. It's about time to leave. Gekkoukan High School practice field. We trained all day to prepare for the competition on August 2nd.
You're almost there! Keep up the pace! This is our year! Highest Day's got nothing on us!
How was your day? The others aren't back yet. Kirija-senpai said they'd be here by midnight. Maybe we shouldn't go to Tartarus today. And, yeah, I guess it's just Akihiko and Mitsuru that are out. Let's see, Aigis, what do you got over here? I want you to be aware of my strengths and weaknesses. I am weak against electric attacks, but second to none when it comes to gun attacks. I will riddle any kind of enemy with bullet holes. Yes, Aigis shares a weakness with Yukari, so that means for a good chunk of the game, there is going to be a bit of anti-synergy with bringing them both, which is pretty bad since Yukari is our main healer right now. This isn't too big a deal later in the game, but it is something to consider at this particular moment. It's hard to describe how, but have you noticed that Sonata-senpai acts a little different around Amada-kun? I mean, sort of. He seems a little nervous, honestly. I wonder why. Maybe he doesn't get along with kids. It does seem a bit socially awkward. Oh, believe me, you don't even know the half of it, Yukari. But I think there's probably a bit more to it than that. Amada really respects Sonata-san. I totally understand how he feels. Dude, Sonata-san won 16 boxing matches straight. Yeesh, 16-0, and he's only in high school? He's gotta go places. If I look up to the guy, the kids must think he's an actual hero, you know? I agree, actually. Hey, think we got what it takes to be heroes? Seems impossible. And over here, Fuuka, as I said earlier, we shouldn't go to Tartarus today. I know you want to go because there's going to be a full moon soon, but it'd be better not to. So now we have to weigh our options for what to do tonight. Ultimately, there really isn't anything else for us to do, so we may as well go to Game Parade and just get a little bit of bonus towards our academics by playing You're the Answer. I'm a little bit ahead on academics as far as my schedule goes, so it really isn't super necessary for me to do this. But in lieu of anything else to do, why not?
You. I'm detecting a shadow. Please come to the 4th floor quickly.
What's going on?
There's a shadow in the city. Yamagishi found it unexpectedly.
What? But the moon isn't full yet!
It seems to be just a regular shadow, but there usually isn't any normal shadow activity outside of Tartarus.
It's near Naganaki Shrine. Akihiko was already in the area, so he went ahead. I'm sure he can handle it alone, but we should be ready just in case.
Gotcha.
Yes, this is Yamagishi.
I'm here. Sorry, but I think you guys better come quick.
What's wrong? Are you in trouble?
No. The Shadow's been defeated. Or rather, it was already defeated when I got here.
What happened?
This little fella took a hit for me. I want to save him if we can.
Took a hit? Who's he talking about?
Don't ask me.
At any rate, let's move out.
Koro-chan! Are you okay, Koro-chan?
You know this dog?
Yeah, everyone around here does. We've gotta help him, quick!
First, we need to stop the bleeding.
Man, he's one tough fighter. He defeated that Shadow all by himself.
Wait, does that mean this dog's a Persona user?
He says, This is a place of peace, so I protected it. There are flowers over there. Those flowers... They must be for the priest who died in the accident here.
So he really was guarding this place.
Okay, hold on. Aigis, don't tell me you can translate dog language too.
Canines do not have their own language. However, speech is not the only means of communication.
This fellow really is a rare breed.
Correct.
He's not the only one.
All right, let's report to the chairman so we can conclude this mission. As for a vet, it's midnight, but I think I can arrange something.
Good job, boy. You're one amazing dog.
It's time for sports training, but you know, I'm still on the fact that there is a persona using dog. Badass. Gekkan High School practice field. We trained all day to prepare for the competition on August 2nd. Same as usual.
Wow, that was a great lap. Keep it up. You might be able to win the whole thing.
3 days left until the competition. It'd be kind of funny if they included like a button mashing minigame, you know, like NES track and field. That would be horrible on my thumb, but it would be interesting. Sup, dude? One more week till the moon is full again. Seen how things look at Polonia Mall? The Lost are really on the rise. I feel like it's really on us to do something about this now. Let's wipe the floor with these shadows. And indeed, there is certainly something of an obligation. So, everybody is idling around the lounge, but Fuuka seems nowhere to be around. I do not understand the canine language, but I can sense the emotions produced by such canines. I am able to perceive similar images from all living things. Unfortunately, it seems humans have lost this ability, since they ended up relying upon verbal communication. We're not exactly dog whisperers, no. Dude, isn't our group getting kind of wacky? We got a persona using robot, and now there's a persona using dog! What's next, man? A gorilla with the potential? Now there's an idea. Somebody should get Junpei writing for the Persona series. Koro-chan is so awesome! He was so brave that day. I don't know how he was trained, but he's amazing. I know, right?
That's great.
The veterinarian told me that Koromaru is in stable condition. The wound was severe, but fortunately, there wasn't any damage to his internal organs. Okay, that is good to hear. He was in quite the pool of his own blood.
Well done.
Koromaru, oh, the one tough customer, huh? He protected what he needed to. A good little guy. Akihiko appreciates him as well. Certainly seems to appreciate the eyes of Koromaru than he does Ken. Meanwhile, Fuuka is up here, and it looks like she wants to do some light reading. Yes, can I help you? What are you doing, Fuuka? Do you like to read books, Sellercoon? You see, there's this near-future sci-fi series that was popular a while back. I found it at a used bookstore and bought the whole series, but it's been sitting on my shelf for a long time. I only started reading it after moving into the dorm, and it's really interesting. Reading sci-fi novels with Fuuka could help me with my academics. If you're interested, would you like to read the first book? Sure, let's do it. Always take an opportunity to boost my academics and spend some time with my friends. Okay, I'll go get them from my room.
Do you read a lot of science fiction novels like this?
I've been known to dabble from time to time.
I wonder what that exactly means. The core fan base for the sci-fi genre can get pretty picky. It's the ones who answer like you that turn out to be the hardcore fans. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt while you were reading. If you don't mind, can you let me know your thoughts once you finish it? Oh, I didn't notice the time. How far did you get? Wow, you've read that much already? Huh? I made a lot of progress too. Was I more focused than usual, or...?
I feel like my academics have improved thanks to the skillful expression in the writing. And it's just a measly +2 academics boost, but, I feel like I don't bring this up enough, but whenever you see that one note, that is 2 points, so when I'm saying +2 even though there's one note, that's what I mean.
If you don't mind, do you think we could read here again sometime? I used to think reading was only a solo activity, but now, I think reading with someone helps me immerse myself deeper into the fictional world. I'm here whenever I can spare the time, so come by if you can. I'd be happy to have you. Alright, that's enough for today. Good night.
Good evening. Things are really starting to liven up around here. So, how are you getting along with everyone?
Fantastic, honestly.
Oh, that's good to hear. Just to remind you, the next full moon will be in 1 week. Are you ready? I actually haven't been too worried about you lately, but you should still be careful. I'll see you again.
It's Friday, and we are almost done losing our daytime to track and field. Not quite, though, not quite. It'll be the next video before that is truly out of the picture, but we're almost at that point. We're at the finish line, you could say. Gekkan High School practice field. We trained all day to prepare for the competition on August 2nd. I beat my record! I'm second on the team. Just one person left. The tournament is the day after tomorrow. Hey, doesn't seem like there's a lot more of the Lost than before. There are quite a few in the city today. They were making my friend really anxious. When's the next full moon again next week? When's the full moon again next week? We really have to bring our A game, don't we? Indeed, Yukari. And perhaps we should start training in Tartarus. Eventually. Let's see. Looks like everybody is in the lobby, or lounge, rather. Yukari's over there wanting to use the kitchen, and there really isn't much else to do. But I think this video has gone on long enough. We've gotten quite a bit done, and we're certainly advancing our relationships with our allies on the team, so that is also just so delightful. So, as always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, though, goodbye.
I don't dispute the doubts you've outlined, but it's my right to waste your time.